I think in June you were doing around 3K. I think it was around 3K. And if we fast forward to today, we're now hitting 30K months. How does that feel in terms of lifestyle? And what is the goal for next month?
It's boosting as much as I can per month. So holding steady with 30K.
Massive month for you. You've done 30K in December, which is absolutely huge. For those people that are actually watching us, do you want to give us a little bit of insights to who you are, what your chosen niche is, and maybe a bit of a backstory before you came to meet us?
Yeah, so my name is David Johnson. I'm the president of Ozo Visuals. It's a new boutique agency that we focus on the outdoor industry and the marine industry, and dabbling a little bit in outdoor cooking as well. So I've been doing video production for a little over 20 years, and I've been in the marine industry for about 10 years.
Brilliant. So, like when you first joined us in June, do you want to tell us a little bit about that, what you were doing, and what your business looked like?
Sure. So I've been freelancing. I left my job in the marine industry in late summer of 2024, and I was trying to freelance all on my own. I've been looking at trying to find more clients, trying to get organized, trying to get my company together, and I just really didn't have the capability to do it on my own. I wasn't seeing a whole lot of success. I was getting a few jobs here and there, and I was working with other agencies, being their video, they're sending me out to go and shoot. I guess in the clout marketing, they call it being the human tripod. That's essentially what I was doing at the beginning of the year, and I wasn't turning around the clients that I really needed to turn. So I needed some guidance on how to structure my business and kind of help structure my day to day as well.
Do you think that you were looking for one specific thing before you joined, or do you think it was like, was it one thing that you needed, or was it like a multiple of things? And what was the things that was sort of highlighted in terms of like what brought you to us, just for those that are listening and maybe in the same situation as what you was?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, I needed to provide for my family. I needed to be making more money, and I would like to be making enough money to be able to not only provide for my family now, but to be able to pay for my kids' college, to be able to do other things. And honestly, doing video production full time with a corporation isn't going to give you that kind of money.
When you first started coming in, do you remember sort of the pivotal point of when the very first big thing that sort of started to shift for you throughout the journey, like when you were starting to work with one of our producers slash coach? What were the things that started to shift for you as you started to move through the program itself?
What has made a huge difference for me more than anything is my coach gives me accountability. She stays on my butt for everything
Yeah,
that I'm not
she's
doing,
crazy.
and she makes sure to
Yeah.
call me out, and she calls me out every single time. And she knows she calls out people that skipped out on meetings. She's like, "Oh, this guy skipped out on meetings because he didn't do his homework this time." So she's great. I mean, the turning point for me is accountability.
Yeah,
Having
yeah.
somebody that cares about my success and making sure I am accountable to the program.
The accountability is one of the main points, having to show up. Let me just switch focus a little bit on your business. Do you feel like now that your business is more valuable to the market, like when we talk about like your success, your clients, because I know we spent some time on the offer, and like, like a lot of people that are in this space, when they're actually like trying to sell their services, they don't feel as confident about what they're selling, because I think ultimately, right, we can learn sales, we can learn tactics, we can learn strategy, but ultimately, if we don't have value to offer up, we have nothing. We have nothing. We get exposed pretty damn quick, if you know what I'm saying.
There's two things that have really changed that I think have added the biggest value out of signing on with Clout. First off, is having a good offer. It's having a set pitch deck that represents me, that is beautiful. Every single time that I've pulled it up in front of a client, they've said, "Oh wow, this looks great." Um, And I've been able to go through and not only have a beautiful, nice looking pitch deck, but something that has the information that they're looking for. And to go more into that, the other game changer for me is the AI teaching. Um, I now have an AI program, or I guess AI prompts where I can go in and pull full market analysis of these brands, and I can go and I can analyze their TikTok channels, their YouTube channels. This is how they are, and I can how they're working in the market, and I can compare it with a competitor, and I can show them stats. I can go in and I can show them numbers. I can walk in confidently and say, "This is what's not working for you. This is what I can provide." And that's the big differentiator for me.
I think in June you were doing around 3K. I think it was around 3K. And if we fast forward to today, we're now hitting 30K months. Like, if we could talk a little bit about the transition from 3 to 30, that's a huge jump.
So the jump from 3 to 30 is providing a value for all for these customers. A lot of them are repeat customers or people that I've known, but it's people that I've gone in and pitched with the new system. And they know that I'm serious. They know that I'm available and that that I'm not just some guy with a camera, with a camera and a computer. I've got strategy. And so that's been the difference maker. Uh there's been one company has been a repeat for me. This is my third or fourth project with them this year. But other than that, the other two are ones that I was able to upsell, ones that I've been able to pitch specific
Mm,
projects to.
nice.
So moving forward, the goals of what I'm looking for are it's boosting as much as I can per month. So holding steady with 30K. Right now we're looking at probably about 15K ready for next month. I've got a really nice offer that I'm giving to the industry. And what it is,
Yeah.
what we're looking at doing is taking multiple brands and bringing them into a single shoot. So focusing on smaller companies. And so we're looking at taking some of these brands and elevating them along with some of the big boys in the industry and giving them shoots that are very approachable. Instead of paying 75,000, they're going to pay 15,000 and they'll get
Mm.
similar assets. And so you stack up five or six brands at 15,000 and suddenly, I'm getting my $75,000 that I needed to to cover the shoot. They're getting some killer assets, photography and everything lined up. They're getting months of content and it's a win for everybody.
Dude, I think you are absolutely smashing it. And I think over the next 90 days to 6 months, I wouldn't be surprised. Because I know from Danya and from the team, they've said that you've been taking massive action. There's really not many excuses. You always hit things head on. I think what I'm more proud of is the value that you're creating in the marketplace through the offer, through the systems, but what you're actually giving to brands. Like, people often always ask me like, why don't I just go off and build my own thing? It's because I can have more impact on more brands by helping people like you that create more value into the marketplace. And I just feel like people like you deserve it because you have dedicated yourself. You have committed yourself to this. Final question. Anybody that's like literally sitting on the fence, willing to invest, we're not a cheap program, as you know, we're quite expensive. What would you say to them that they were sitting on the fence, thinking about investing in themselves, in their families, wanting to build a business that could, do similar stuff to yourself? What would you tell them? Like, what would your advice be to them?
Uh, get the help, spend the money. I mean, it's the amount that you're going to make off of this, just from structure, is completely worth it. Just the guarantees that I was going to be able to make my money back, and I knew that it was the right investment. I was going to be able to have somebody that knows what I do, how I do it, and to be able to come alongside me and say, "Hey, this is what you're doing wrong." this is what you need to do. This is where you need to, grow a pair and uh yeah, and just get out and talk with customers. And and then on top of that, they build you up and find a direction. I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it for the community, it's worth it for the coaching and structure, and then it's worth it for the AI teaching. Those are the three big things. And easily, for the cost of this program, I would say that it's worth it.
Thank you. I really do appreciate this. You have no idea. I know you're super busy and taking the time out to help other storytellers make the investment and to help them, give them a bit of like insights. I want to do more of these type of videos with some of the successful students and people that are progressing fairly fast. And, it takes a lot of courage to come out and start talking about insights in your business. Well done, man. You're doing very well. I think you're going to go from strength to strength, and 2026 is going to be huge for you. Thank you. I
Absolutely. Yeah, I
appreciate you.
appreciate it.